Shout out to Laceinne entering the chat. See you. Yeah, so if you have any kind of cancer and you still go to your doctor, you still, are on the chemotherapy or do any kind of let's say medical and allopathic therapy, you can still use fasting in order to increase the efficiency of your therapy. I'm not saying that I would do or recommend anyone to do a chemotherapy or to take any kind of radiation or any kind of pill, whatever. However, you can add holistic practices to it. Right? This is the safest way to do this, and I've seen many people change. You're welcome. Finally, my time zone. Yes, Alfine, I'm in your time zone, as you can see. By the way, Alfine, wait, how do I turn the camera? It doesn't work. All right, here. I swapped my my wall for an actual forest. All right. Sun is really good. Like, how about exercise while it's fasting, like that level? Okay. When it comes to exercise, you don't want to overdo it. Yeah. First of all, your blood pressure drops. That's number one. No matter what you do, no matter how strong you do, I don't care who you are, your blood pressure drops significantly when you're fasting. That means that you don't want to have high intensity exercises, which, everybody's entering the chat. Nico, Taylor, Dr. Z, welcome. Anyway, so you shouldn't work out when you're fasting. Yeah, and if you want to work out, then definitely choose a workout which is light. So stretching, all right. That means that you should increase the flexibility of your connective tissue, which helps with the detoxification process. So with fasting, you're opening the channels with which your body can actually eliminate more properly, right? So a slight sweat is perfect for you to eliminate further, okay? And if you do a high intensity workout, what happens is that you rupture your cells, that you need actually amino acids, so white blood cells, to repair the ruptured tissues, right? But you're in a fasted state, especially if you're fasting for a long time, so longer than 2 days, your body will not have these white blood cells, because what actually happens is when you're fasting that your white blood cell count goes down, okay? It's actually crazy, because you can regenerate your entire immune system after 3 days of fasting. That's how much your white blood cell counts goes down. But you need white blood cells in order to repair for the broken and ruptured muscle cells. But you're fasting. So does it make sense to work out hard? No, you cannot repair the muscle, right? Get into your head that the workout per se does not help you to build muscle, to get stronger. It's the resting period afterwards. But you need nutrients or at least some kind of white blood cell count in order to get you stronger, all right? So when you're fasting, do not work out, not even jogging. What you can do, get a retainer, jump around a little bit, or get a rope, jump around a little bit for a very short time, right? 5 minutes is sufficient. In little stretching, yeah? Or just be part of the fast fam, where we go over this anytime. Yeah, Taylor, that sun definitely helps. As you can see, right? Already tapping in. Y'all feet. Yeah, I know. I think working out it's important, right? Because in my opinion, you need to be strong. You need to train your body, and you need to move your body, especially if you're in a society where you don't move enough. Vintage Hype USA, I see you. But still, we inflate the importance of a workout, right? It's always the stress and the rest. It's a combination of both. But if you're constantly stressing yourself, right, you cannot expect that another stressor will help you a lot. It will create other problems. It might help in the short term, but in the long term, it's the rest that we need. It's the times of healing that we need. Yeah. So I work out a lot. Yeah. But I don't work out at 100% every single time. So I don't go out and do a Murph every single day. That would be torture, and I would tax my body too much, right? What do? I would sometimes work out twice a day. Yeah. I do a little stretching, then I do a little body weight workout, and I'm good. Yeah. I would do 3 workouts a week, a little more intense, if I hadn't had the chance to work out every day, right? So it's all about finding your balance and doing what you need to do. And this modern, pumping iron society is actually not that. I've been there, but it's not really. I believe it's not really good, because what you do is you just create a body without skill, if that makes sense. So you look pumped, you look big, but what can you do actually, right? There are a lot of bodybuilders, for example, who actually have skills, right? Who just don't pump iron, but they actually are athletes. They can do more than just having big muscles. And these are the athletes that we need, or role models that we need, rather than your gym bro who just has a big biceps. Anyway, is there something else? No, I think we're good. Jade, what's up? Is Taylor still there? No. Yeah, basically, I wanted to give you a little insight into the fast fam. Tell us about your visit. There are not many tourists around. Like, I haven't seen many. Even if no. There are not many tourists. Like, most people, they don't travel, given the certain, the current situation. So I'm pretty much alone, but I don't mind, to be honest. I actually prefer that way. I don't want to see any tourists. I just want to spend some time here and, detach, soak in some sun, eat some good fruits, create new work, and just, get away from this madness overseas. I don't know if people are surprised. If people are surprised to see a German, but I'm not German, so I don't know. I'm born and raised in Germany. I think that's important in terms of identity politics. Because I personally don't see myself as a German. I'm born and raised in Germany, but I'm Turkish Georgian descent. All right, and that's not only because you face discrimination if you're me in Germany, but because I just think that my main identity comes from my family and my culture and my tradition, and not the environment that I grew up in. Although that also had a very important impact of my. I live in a touristy place as well, so yeah, it's not so cool. Yeah, you should. You call me Turkish, call me Georgian. Both work, but I'm not really German. You know what I'm saying? We have Polish. By the way, everybody, where are you from? Like, where you're born? Just type in the comments where you're born, and what's your original heritage, if you know it. That would be great. Shout out Zayn, Selanga, Türkiye, Selamlar. Yeah, people. What else? I actually wanted to mention one more thing. Yeah, I mean, like, you can feel home everywhere, but I think we all should know where we come from, right? At least until your grandparents' generation. That's important, in my opinion, because like what the Western world tries to do is to make one human. Everybody's from the same place. Everybody has the same values. That's dangerous, right? Diversity is actually what keeps us intact. Diversity is what keeps us healthy in genetics as well as on the macro level in society. So you need diversity. The only thing that you need is the respect, right? The Western mind tells us that you cannot respect other cultures. Therefore, you're trying to create one big culture. That's what you see, like London, New York, all these big cities all have like a very similar vibe, but lack personal touch, right? But what we should do is to actually start respecting each other, and therefore we need to know where we are from. Seychelles, Ghanaian, Trinidadian. Gosh, what a word. Actually, I'm very close to Trinidad. That's cool. I have lots of Trinidad friends. Washington, D.C., Black America, Brits, Trinidadian, live in Canada, living in the gray-ass UK. I see you, Jade. That's why I left. But UK is a little different, though. Ethiopia, salam. You know, I have a very special relationship to Ethiopia. It's an incredible place. I know a lot of people. And, yeah. Mexico, Mauritanian? Really? No, that's interesting. I just know one more. I know one Mauritanian who lives in France, who's a hair blogger, a really good friend of mine. Yeah, I should. Aris, yeah, I should actually do another live with him. There's somebody out the door. I should do another live with him. Davina, shout out to you. Wait, one sec. Yeah, we have lots of culture in here, as you can see. Sorry guys, I ordered some food. Okay. Mexico, but as you can see, yo, Addis is in the Caymans, Nico. Addis is in the Caymans. But I can still take a boat and visit him. That would be cool, actually. Maybe day trip or 2-day trip or something. Yo, it's actually mad. All right, guys. Do we have more questions? We have more questions because I thought I'd check on you. And don't worry, everyone. We're gonna like, I'm gonna have more lives soon. I'm gonna post more content soon. Just, breaking my bone, surgery, traveling was all within a week. Now I'm just trying to soak everything up and get back to work really soon. I just, did some client work. Wendy, what did you ask? I asked if you took your first bit, but I haven't yet. But I definitely will. What I do actually is I like to go to the beach. That's what I need. So seawater is actually my home. I'm not in Bali, I'm in Barbados. Then I got a question. Do water fasting help with getting rid of muffin top? All right, wait 1 second. Your boy is not muffin what? Muffin top. What's that? Oh, okay. Your boy is not native in English, so I learned something new. Fasting is actually the best way to get rid of excess skin. You know why? Because again, your body is very efficient. And if it's fasting, right, your body gets more efficient. That means that if you have excess cells, your body knows, okay, I have excess skin tissue, which I can use to either build energy, yeah, which usually is muffin top because that's fat, or it sacrifices that part of the body because it stresses the body too much. All right, and muffin tops are fat. So if you're fasting enough, if you're eating healthily in between and fast regularly, your body's actually able to use that muffin top to burn energy. So you're actually burning fat. And that's what fasting really does, particularly if you're fasting for a prolonged time. So repetitive 5-day fast, 7-day fast, let's say 3-4 times a year, they will help you to get rid of every excess fat on the sides. All right? Even daily intermittent fasting is good. So you definitely should fast, bro. If you wanna see these results. Even if you were overweight, if you were obese, yeah, and you lost already lots of weight and you have excess skin, guess what you should do? Fasting. Why? The same reasons. Your body knows these excess dead cells are unnecessary. Why would I need to carry that in a time where I need to be the most efficient because I don't get my energy from food? So your body eliminates this excess fat, and turns it into energy, right? So fasting is always good, no matter what. However, okay, no matter what is wrong. If you have certain conditions, yeah, such as diabetes type 1, just one example, you shouldn't fast at all. At least for not a prolonged period of time, you should do it a little differently, right? But in terms of weight loss, in terms of body sculpturing, or changing your body composition, fasting is the best way. And that comes to the next question, which is how to build muscle on a vegan or vegetarian diet. Workout, number one, okay? Food is secondary compared to the workout. So what kind of muscle do you want to build, okay? You can build muscles like a bodybuilder, so you increase the size of the muscle without getting actually stronger, or you increase the count of the so-called myofibrils in your muscle cells, which makes you actually stronger. And the latter, so these myofibril hypertrophy, so, strength training, is actually more long-lasting. So if I personally don't work out for a month, for example, I still retain lots of muscle because my muscle is not built on pump, yeah? Whilst the other muscle type, so the sarcoplasmatic hypertrophy, just the increasing of the muscle size, goes away really fast. That's why you depend on a pump in order to look a certain way, rather than me right now, who's very lean and still have a respectable amount of muscle size, right? Because I actually use this muscle, all right? If you want to build muscle in a vegan diet, if you want to truly understand how you build muscle and shed fat, just DM me, yeah? We're going to work out a plan for you, because trust me, it's very simple. It's all about how you work out, the way that you hit your muscles, and compare it with a healthy diet, right? I personally, for me, prefer to stay lean and strong, right? Have pound for pound strength. And if you're not a bodybuilder, if you're not a linebacker, if you're not trying to gain as much mass as possible because it's functional for you, because you need that, then being lean and strong is actually the best way to go, right? Because you're faster, you're more flexible, you're more agile, you don't have to carry that much weight, you don't need to eat that much food, which is first more cost effective in terms of money. And if you would live in nature, if you had lived in nature, you wouldn't need to find food every single minute to just keep your size, right? Yeah, so yeah, I'm in Barbados looking for Rihanna. 100%. Yeah. So, yo, guys, for 6 months now, I haven't been to the gym, right? The only equipment that I've used is a pair of dumbbells, which are 6 kilograms heavy. That's it. Just for one exercise for the lateral shoulders. The rest, everything else, even my legs grew in the last 6 months without ever touching a bar. That's crazy, right? So if you had told me that a few years ago, I'd say you're crazy. But it's possible, depending on what you want. Of course, if you want to be big, if you're going for the NFL, NBA, wherever, you can go to the gym. You even have to go to the gym because you need some kind of resistance training, and it's actually safer for you. But if you're a normal dude who just wants to look like me or other people, you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to work out every single day. Yeah? What you need is proper guidance, is maybe proper counseling consultations. That's why people like me are there for, right? If you need help, if you really want to hit your goals, find somebody like me. If you don't like me, find somebody else, right? Go to Taylor, aka Plant Powered Soul. Go to Coop, right? Aka Coop_DC. Yeah? There are lots of people who can help you. Most of the time, what we need is not a treatment, but just information, right? And there are plenty of people who want to share information. You should always choose somebody, if you want to get help, that vibes with you. All right? I'm not telling that I have the solution for you. Provide my way, my story of my solution, how I live. And if you like how I live, if you like how I approach life, then you can come to me and ask all the questions. And I'm pretty sure that's why you're in this chat. All right? Best way to cleanse the prostate. Well, we don't technically cleanse the prostate because the issue with the prostate is there's overgrowth, and the same with other things is the overgrowth is best hit with lymphatic movement, right? And you can move your lymph in different ways depending on where you are in your life. You can practice different things. There are herbs for it. There's even medication for it. So pharmaceutical drugs, which again, I don't like, but they still have to be mentioned because it's an option. Again, fasting is the easiest, cheapest, and best way, in my opinion. Moving your body, retention, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Autophagy, yo, Anna, you're hitting it right on the top. I actually don't like to use all these terms because I don't want to overcomplicate things. I think that health is simple, but the science behind it is autophagy. It's literally the self-cleaning mechanism of your body. I think I already helped my guy, Vintage Hype USA. I accidentally waved to someone. I'm sorry. Trust me, I want to save every single life. If there is a life which is not saved, it's because Instagram did not allow it to be saved. All right. So I'm all here. This entire page is just built upon information. Yeah. If you have the information, you just need the motivation and sometimes guidance in order to keep you on track to pursue your goal. That's it. All right, family. And other than that, we good. All right, wait. Is there another question, guys? One more thing. It's actually weird that I'm in a time zone that I'm in an American time zone, like I'm in EST, and my family and my friends in Europe, it's evening. So the other way around is confusing for me, right? Will fasting help reduce the need for type 2 diabetes medicine? First of all, you should never reduce the medication without consultation and counseling from your MD. I'm not allowed to say or recommend anyone to do that. So that's a legal perspective. However, what is diabetes? In particular, diabetes type 2. So your body becomes resistant to insulin because what does insulin do in the body? Insulin signals glucose to enter the cell, right? Because glucose cannot enter the cell in itself, it needs insulin as a messenger to open the door. It's a key mechanism, yeah? Once glucose enters the cell, your body creates energy. Now, if you eat too much, obesity for example, or if you eat too many carbs, what happens? Your body has enough energy, and because excess and surplus energy is stored in fat, your body transforms that. Now, what is insulin sensitivity? Your body blocks the docking of the insulin on the cell because you have too much energy, so you would get too fat. So insulin actually is a protective insulin resistance, or reduced insulin sensitivity is actually a protective mechanism of your body to protect you from getting too fat too fast. All right? So what you need to do is to either increase the amount of sugar that you consume. That's what, everybody tells you, because glucose cannot enter the cell, therefore it accumulates in the blood, and that's why blood sugar increases. But the problem is not that you're consuming blood sugar. The problem is that you have too much energy which is not used, and therefore insulin cannot dock on the cells. So you need to retrain your cells in order to open the channels again for glucose, so your blood sugar levels do not spike that much, right? I recently had a friend of my dad who had a blood sugar level of 400. 400, do you know what that means? And the issue is that we start to think about all these foods that cause a blood sugar spike. But that's not it. That's not it. And fasting definitely helps. Why? Because your body, what does it use? It does use excess energy when it's fasting. Right? How great is that? And what happens when you use all your excess energy? Your cells will be like, okay, I've used all my excess energy. Let me open these channels for insulin again so I can enter glucose and create more energy and store energy again. That's what fasting does. And that's why it harmonizes the hormone insulin so much. Okay? The best remedy for diabetes type 2, hands down, is fasting. If you have diabetes type 2, get on fasting. Don't do a 5 or 10 day water fast right away, right? Do short-term fast first. 1 day fast, 2 day fast, repetitively over a period of time, then you're good. All right? So if you know someone who's diabetic, who has issues with insulin sensitivity, send them to me. Zayn. By the way, if you see Zayn Zitavi 1 in the chat, that's a future NBA star. Mom is scared to fast because she's anemic and vitamin D deficient. Yes, if you're anemic, it's important to not fast, okay, in the beginning. So if you're anemic, what happens is that you have a low amount of oxygen in the blood. That means that your iron levels are very likely to be low. Now, when you're fasting, obviously your blood pressure drops, etc., making you feel dizzy, etc. Now, before you start fasting, you should tackle the anemia with herbs, with certain foods, with eliminating foods that cause anemia. And then you can start fasting. However, you can still benefit from a fast, which actually might help to get rid of the anemia, by just fasting periodically for a shorter amount of time. So instead of doing a 5 day fast, do 1.5 day fast, but every week, for example. Yeah? And make sure that you consume a lot of chlorophyll. That's actually important for building the blood. Is chlorophyll, because it comes with another mineral, another chemical, which is called chlorophyllin, and both of which provide you with magnesium and copper, which helps to build blood. On top of that, you want to cleanse your liver, because the reason why you're anemic is because you may have a buildup in toxins in your liver, which might cause the blood to get stuck, very metaphorically speaking. Yeah? So Zayn, tell your mom, tell your mom she should fast short times, throw out the trash, work out, and then she can fast for a prolonged time. Okay, the sun issue. Alfine is handling it. Nico. Yo, also check out Nico. One of the greatest people I know. Nico has been like, for how long have you been following me? Or have you been following each other? Like Nico, I have never met Nico, but he's like one of the most critical and well-intended people I know. I know, but I've never met. How important is it to fast for the full 60 hours? When it comes to fasting, the amount of hours, the target that you set yourself is not as important as the way that you feel. So you should be like don't let the target be your main motivation, right? Although it's good to have a goal, the most important aspect of a health journey or any journey is intention and in tuneness. So the more you're in tune with yourself, the better you understand when you stop fasting. So for example, when I say I fast 2 to 3 days every 2 weeks, doesn't mean that I fast every 2 weeks. That doesn't mean that I fast for 3 days every 2 weeks, right? Sometimes I fast for 1.5 days. Sometimes I fast for 3.5 days, right? Depending on what my body needs. And sometimes it needs more, sometimes it needs less. But I always aim for 3 days every 2 weeks. That's my aim. But I'm not too prideful to tell myself, okay, now I'm going to cut short this time. That doesn't mean that I need to compensate that the other time with an extra long fast. It's just that, okay, this time I didn't need it that long of a fast. I feel great, right? Or this time I feel like, okay, I need to fast because I need to tackle some things and I want to really boost my body. And that's the tide of well-being. You need to be able to jump on that roller coaster whenever you are, or to ride that wave wherever you are. I do this Chakra, yeah, exactly. The Chakra Power Fast. That's something that I did in 2018 for 9 months. So pretty much from the 1st of January to somewhere in September, I fasted for 1.5, 2 days. So, 40 to 48 hours every single week. I called it Monday Fast with Coop. Now Chakra calls it Power Fast. It's a great way to heal your body, to allow your body to increase lipolysis, so burn fat, to increase autophagy, to harmonize your hormones, to make you happier, to make you more grounded, to humble yourself, to make you more disciplined. And you should definitely do a weekly power fast if you're not if you're down to it, right? It helps a lot. It really, really helps a lot. Anemia can also be related to adrenal malfunction. Exactly. The thing with anemia is that we tend to think too much of iron and a lack of iron in our body, whereas it is more the utilization of iron which is the issue, if that makes sense. Wait. I have to go in here because, okay, no. My skin is reflecting too much in the end. Oh boy. I feel great after 36 hours for fast. Should I keep going? You should break your fast. Every single time you feel great. That's an important role. If you feel bad after 2 days, if you go for more than 48 hours, you have to be intuitive for when you break your fast. Because if you break your fast at a point where you don't feel good, first, you will have a bad memory of that fast because you broke it when you were feeling bad. But the most important thing is that when you feel bad, your body's actually eliminating some kind of toxins, whether that is ammonia through urea, whether that is heavy metals. If you're in that stage, your body is dealing with some shit. And therefore, you need to allow your body to eliminate, because once you consume, your body will want to store these toxins back into the cells where they came from, because you now have to deal with food which needs to be digested. So when you feel bad, Ride it out. When you feel good, you're more likely to break your fast, right? That's important. Now, next question. There was another one. Should you break your fast with sea moss or fruits then implement? You can do. I prefer to break my fast with fruits, just because it's digested quickly and helps with the digestion and cleaning of your gut. You can also do sea moss. Obviously, sea moss smoothie is great. The thing is that short-term fasts do not need that much of attention for the break fast, even for the preparation. A long-term fast, on the other hand, they do. So everything which is shorter than, let's say, 2 days, you can basically eat whatever you want. Obviously, fruits, sea moss, and superfoods are already good, but everything longer requires more attention. Yeah, I personally would recommend go with fruits, go with something raw, other than salads with lots of different dressings. Perfectly go for a mono meal. So pick one fruit and eat it. Cucumber, it does not have much taste, but after a fast, you will realize how sweet a cucumber can taste. That's great. You can also do something like grapefruit, which will help to clean the gallbladder. But again, don't do grapefruit if you have issues with the gallbladder. Yeah, because it's a really strong fruit. Oh yeah, grape. Check this. Grapefruit is so strong that if you read the paper, which comes with medication, that it's sometimes prohibited to consume grapefruit whatsoever because it triggers or eliminates the efficiency of the medication, because it triggers the liver and gallbladder so much. So it actually blocks the medication from entering your system, which is mad. If you're a healthy person who does not have any gallstones, you can break your fast with a grapefruit, because grapefruit actually help to get rid of gallstones in the gallbladder, which are like little cholesterol stones, which then get passed in the bile duct. And the issue with gallstones is, and why they're so dangerous, is that once these bile stones get stuck in the bile duct, they create inflammation. You can possibly die. That's the worst case. So make sure that it's not too heavy on you. Shout out to Alfine, enlightening everyone. I'm not able to talk to right now. All right. Oops. Yeah. Anyway, guys, don't forget. If you really want to learn about fasting, fast time is the way to go. The reason why the fast time is so good, in my opinion, is that not because of the information which is freely available, but more of the support that you can get. First of all, you get to talk to somebody all the time who's fasted over 250 days in just 2 years, which is me. And then you have a support system of other people who are not as experienced in fasting as you, right? You just text in a WhatsApp group and be like, yo, I feel this and that, and the group will respond like, oh, write this out, I felt that the same way. And just that support allows you to grow and to push further, right? Do you use the key lime water ever in your fastings? No, I usually do just water. Yeah. So the thing is with water fasting, that's actually funny. You're not allowed to consume anything but water. Yeah. If you want to do a key lime fast, you should call it a key lime fast. There are myriad different fasts. Yeah. In Lent, people in Ethiopia, for example, Orthodox Ethiopians, they fast on a vegan diet, right? It's a fast, but it's not a water fast. Okay? We just have to be careful with the linguistics of it. However, key lime fast can be beneficial. However, you don't enter the stages of autophagy as fast, in my opinion. Or let's say, I assume that you don't enter these stages, because you're still consuming energy. You trigger your body that you get nutrients in terms of food through your gut, right? Can you get rid of mold? What exactly do you mean with mold? If you mean mold in the gut, so fungi, or candida or parasites and stuff, yes, definitely. You get rid of all the stuff of that these fungi or parasites feed off. And you know, if they don't have any food, they die, right? They're able to fast too, but not as long as you, because they're not as complex as you. During the fast, we also take the supplements like B12 for full cleanse. No supplements throughout the fast. Definitely no supplements. You don't want anything. If you want to consume something throughout the fast, then it's something like herbal teas. Yeah. B12, another topic which I dislike, is B12 is not as important in my opinion. Like, you don't have to worry about one vitamin and take supplements for it. And particularly if you're able to store for 5 to 7 years. Yeah. So only take vitamin B12 supplements if you're deficient in it. Like, whoever takes preventative, I don't know, that makes no sense to me. So with all this fasting that we do, how the heck would we want to take us to eat? Yo, dinner culture is another thing. I personally think that dinner dates are interesting, but it's annoying, isn't it? Like, you're eating and stuff, so we need to detach from that. But yeah, the world is waking up. The world is waking up, and you are able to find people like that. I'm getting a blood test soon to see my blood. Yeah, by the way, the issue with blood levels, blood tests, is that you need to do them repetitively. Like, for example, you go in a fasted state to your doctor, get your blood test, and then they see something in your blood, and then they might find a thing. Fasting and chill. Fasting and chill. Exactly. Merhaba Emine teyze, nasılsın? So the thing is that you need to get a constant screening of your blood test over a certain period of time in order to be 100% certain that you are deficient in something, right? What if I talked to someone, who was it, who had like a blood sugar, a really high blood sugar, and the doctor said that she has pre-diabetes, then gave her some kind of medication, whatever, and then just after a few days in a post-checkup where they did the same blood test, she wasn't pre-diabetic at all. It was very normal levels. Now what happened is that she ate berries or something a few days ago, a few days before she gave blood, and that was the reason why her blood sugar was so high, right? And that's just false. Like, that's just false. It's just too expensive to do a blood test repetitively, right? So always make sure that when you have a deficiency that you push for another test, right? If you have the same test twice, it's more likely that you're suffering from something, and then you can think of supplementation. Yeah, it's not that supplementation in general is bad, but it's just like, just supplement when you need it. Yeah. Emine teyze, annenle beraber çay içiyorsun. Emine teyze, anneme büyük öpücükler. Sizde afiyet olsun. Alright guys, I have like appreciate you. I have like 2 minutes. My food just arrived, and yeah, I wish you the best. If you have any questions, always shoot me a DM. If you need a consultation, you know, I'm your guy. I can also recommend you other people in your area if you're living in these areas where I know people. And yeah, join the fast fam if you want to fast. Join the classes on Sundays if you want to learn more about these things. For example, the breakdown of fasting. What does autophagy mean? What is an alkaline diet, etc. So if you want to truly learn about these things, you should definitely check out the products that are on the market from me. And the website will be available really soon, so you have a better overview. And yeah, fam, it was great catching up with you. You see, I'm alive. I'm great. Like, the last week was one of the best weeks in my life. And although with all the struggle, and yo fam, I see you around, and yeah.